We are without a doubt on the brink of a global alien disclosure. What will you do if Donald Trump stands up and he addresses the nation, which obviously will then affect the rest of the world? He stands up and he says, "We are not alone in the universe. We have been visited by other intelligent beings for centuries." How will you respond to that? Especially as a Christian, how will you respond to that? It reminds me of Jesus on the Mount of Olives, recorded in Matthew 24, when the disciples asked him, "What will be the sign of your coming?" The first thing Jesus said was, "Pray that you be not deceived." Now, the alien phenomenon is real. It's physical beings. Christian fundamentalists like to use the phrase interdimensional beings because it's sort of closer to home to the old school narrative of aliens being demons and fallen angels and everything. But there are some brilliant Christian ufologists who have very strong biblical arguments that aliens are actually some type of created species that may even exist in other star systems and use technology, fallen angelic watcher technology, to enter into our world, into our realm, by bending the fabrics of space-time. And the Age of Disclosure actually mentions or describes the possible technology that these beings are using. So as a Christian, how will you respond? Will it bend your faith? Will it cause you to question whether the Bible is true or not? Well, I'm here to tell you that not if. I'm confident that it will happen, and it's very, very soon. Not if, but when someone like Donald Trump stands up in front of everyone and he says, "We are not alone." And the world will have to transition into something completely new, completely foreign to what we used to. History books will have to be rewritten. And this is a reality. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. And like I've said on previous videos, don't listen to these amateurs, especially from the prophetic and apostolic, who want to try and sound like the sharpest knife in the church drawer, that, "Oh, I've got a revelation. I'm going to explain to you the origins of aliens, where they come from, what are they." I'm here to tell you, don't listen to these people when it comes to this particular subject or topic. Go to the experts to avoid confusion. Who are the experts? In my opinion, these are Christian ufologists who have been studying and investigating this phenomenon for decades. And they're actually having a conference very soon in early January. I think it's going to be hosted by L.A. Marzulli. I might be wrong, but this is what the conference is. It's about deception. It's about preparing the church for what's coming, so that when it happens, you are not going to be like, "Oh, you're not going to scramble for answers because your pastor didn't educate you effectively on what's about to take place." And this conference, this is what you want to listen to. If you're a Christian, you're pursuing the supernatural, the prophetic, the apostolic and everything, I'm directing you to what you are going to want to be listening to and gleaning from. Not these chances, not these amateurs, these prophets and apostles who want to try and sound like they are presenting some revelation or biblical insight. Go to the experts. This is the conference here. Tim Alberino is going to be there. Like I said, L.A. Marzulli, Josh Peck from the Prophecy Watchers, and many, many more. They are conditioning us for a mass deception. They are going to use what is a truth, what is a fact. The alien phenomenon is a fact, but they are going to use it to push out a false narrative. And L.A. Marzulli believes this is what the Bible calls the Great Deception. And yes, it's traced back to the Watchers that descended on Mount Hermon, and they exchanged technology for the wives of men. And this is technology. This is a war of technology. This is a war of seed. So this is the conference that you want to check out in early January. But one thing I can assure you of, the Bible remains true. The Bible doesn't need to be proven. The Bible remains true. But a lot of these things, these truths have been suppressed by fundamentalists. It is in the Bible. It doesn't change the gospel message. Jesus is still Lord. He's still physically returning. But all that's going to happen is, it's going to be a wake-up call for a lot of Christians, especially fundamentalists.